Hello friend, welcome back to my channel Take W3 Way. This is Vijay Kumar. In this lesson, we will be see another one scenario of Apex trigger in Salesforce. The scenario is how to prevent recursive trigger while updating contact record through Apex trigger in Salesforce. So what is recursive trigger in Salesforce? Recursive trigger is the process of executing the same trigger multiple times to update the record again and again due to automation. To avoid recursive trigger in Salesforce, we can create a class with a static Boolean variable with default value as true. There are different ways to solve the recursive trigger in Salesforce. First, we can use static Boolean variable. Second, we can use a static set to store record ID. Third, use a static map. And fourth, use old map. So in this lesson, we will be use static Boolean variable to prevent recursive trigger in Salesforce. So follow these steps to create new Apex trigger in Salesforce. First, log in your Salesforce developer org. Then open developer console and create an Apex trigger file on contact object. Then create trigger handler class. Here we will be avoiding recursive in trigger if contact is updated in Salesforce. This is a screenshot of contact detail page in Salesforce. This is the object name. Here is the example. Whenever I am trying to update a contact record, after update a record, my Apex class trigger calling again and again. And Salesforce don't allow to update contact record because my Apex class trigger function calling again and again. So in this lesson, we will be see how to avoid recursive Apex class trigger in Salesforce. Now let me jump to my Salesforce org where we will be see live demo example how to prevent recursive Apex class trigger if contact record is updated in Salesforce. So let's get started. So friends, this is my Salesforce credential org. First go to the setup, open developer console so that we can create Apex class trigger in Salesforce. So here I already opened my developer console. In the developer console, I created two files. First file is contact trigger, second file is contact trigger handler. So as per the best practice, don't write business logic direct inside the contact trigger. Always create contact trigger handler and create a method. That method we will be called inside the contact trigger. So now let me first create a method public static void write the name of the method update contact. Inside the bracket, I am passing as a parameter list of contact, phone list. Inside the method, I am applying for loop, contact, phone, colon, pass the list of the contact as a parameter, create an instance of the contact, contact, then here I am updating the field of contact, C dot last name equal to take W3 with Vijay. C dot description equal to this is a default description by Vijay. Now I am updating the contact ID C dot id equal to this cone dot id. Before for loop I am creating list of contact. Cone item equal to new. Now I am adding all of the updated value inside the list of contact. Copy cone item dot add. Here I am adding all of the updated value. See, after for loop, here I am checking if this cone item not empty is empty. Then here I am updating the list of contact. Cone item, update cone item. Then save the file. File has been saved successfully. Now I will call this method inside the contact trigger. So here I am applying before insert, before update and after update. So this is a action event of trigger. So whenever contact is updated, then this trigger method will be executed. So here I will be write before trigger and after trigger. That is the action method of apex trigger. So if trigger is before, else if trigger is after. So this method will be executed whenever contact is updated. So here I will be call this method inside the after action event. So here I am updating a context variable of trigger and trigger is update. So whenever context record is updated, then this apex class trigger will be executed. So first we will be call controller, then method. Copy the controller name. This is the name of the controller. Dot. That's the name of the method. So method name is update contact. Bracket. Inside the bracket, I will pass trigger.new. If you check the method, here I am passing list of contact as a parameter. So instead of the list of contact parameter, here I am passing trigger.new because trigger.new always return list of contact current session of record ID. Now save the file. So after saving both of the file, let me go to the contact and trying to update the record. This is a contact, this is a record of contact. Now I am updating the record. Here you can find Salesforce don't allow to update the record. The method of the apex trigger calling again and again. This is the name of the method. Contact trigger handler dot update contact. So this method calling again and again. That is a call recursive trigger in Salesforce. So as you can see, I created a controller. Inside the controller, I created a method. Inside the method, I am passing list of contact. Then I am applying for loop. Then create an instance of the contact. And here I am updating the value of the contact. And here I created list of the contact item and adding all of the updated value inside the contact item. And here I am updating. So whenever I am trying to update the record, this method calling again and again in Salesforce. So each and every time whenever updating the record, this method will be executed. So Salesforce not allowed to update the record because every time if I am updating the record, This method of Apex trigger will be executed again and again. So Salesforce don't allow to update record. It is throw error. And here you can see line number 14. This is a controller name. This is a method name. So if you checking the line number 14, here I am getting error. So Salesforce don't allow to update the record again and again. So friends, in this case, we will be create a public static as a boolean variable, and before calling the Apex class method of trigger, we will be call static boolean as a false. Now let me execute in the trigger. So avoiding the recursive trigger again and again calling my function, first let me create a public static boolean variable inside the controller. So before this method, I am creating another one public static as a boolean variable. Public static data type boolean. Write the name of the variable. Check first and pass the value false. So this static boolean variable we will be used before calling the method. So by default, its value will be false. Save the controller. File has been saved successfully. Now copy this static boolean variable. Go to the context trigger, and this is a context variable is update. So before calling this method, we will be apply this boolean static variable. So first here I will be check if this boolean variable not equal to true. If not equal to true. So first write the name of the controller dot. This is a public static boolean variable. Copy the name of the variable, and inside the boolean variable pass this method. So as per the condition, if this method dot this variable not equal to true, this is the indicator as a not equal to true, then here I am calling this Apex class trigger method. So here inside the if condition, I will be pass the boolean variable as a true. So simply copy the controller and variable. Here I am passing true. Then save the file. File has been saved successfully. So first I create another one public static boolean variable. By default it is a false. This variable I using before calling the Apex class trigger method. Here I am checking not equal to true. After inside the condition, here I am passing this boolean variable as a true. Then this method we will be called. Then save the file. Now let me update same record of contact. You can see file has been updated. This is default description of Vijay. Now let me open another one record of contact. Suppose Vijay Kumar 4. Here I am updating phone number 66668888. And here I am writing description. This is paste description. Now save the record. Record has been saved successfully. I am not getting anything of error. So friends, in this lesson, we have learned how to avoid recursive trigger in Salesforce if my function of trigger calling again and again. So try to do from your side in your personal or if you getting anything of issue, please write in comment box. To find my channel on YouTube, simply search TechW3 Wave. And here you will be get my channel name TechW3 Wave. Click here and go to the videos. Here you will be get many more video like Lightning Aura component, Visual Force page, Salesforce, Lightning Flow Builder, Salesforce LWC. So here you will be get live demo real-time scenario that is working in Office. So you will be get very helpful in your project if you subscribe my channel. So please subscribe, share and support my channel. Thank you so much.